Hi, how's everybody doing? It's Crazy Monkey here again. So I'll just show you the mountains. It's a beautiful day. It's about 75 degrees up here. Cool breeze coming off the mountains. There's like a little bit of rain clouds way up there at the top. But it's just a beautiful day in the mid-70s, just really nice. And it is a little windy, so hopefully this blog turns out. But what I want to talk about now is how, to save the family. I did this blog last night, and I'm going to do it again. I just want to do a little recap. To save the family, save marriage. What needs to be done, I had said before, we need to eliminate the welfare state. The welfare state's got to be eliminated. We got to eliminate alimony. Alimony has got to be eliminated. A lot of men are not going to get married in this day and age because they're paranoid about alimony. You hear these horror stories all the time, and it's usually the man over 90% of the time that has to pay the alimony. And you hear these horror stories all the time of these men that have to pay like massive amounts of alimony for years and years and years. It's just absolutely ridiculous. That is just utterly disgusting. It's like a form of communism. It's really, really sick. Alimony needs to be eliminated. Alimony definitely needs to be eliminated. That will help rebuild marriage, rebuild the family. And then we need to eliminate the welfare state as well, because what welfare does is it gives a lot of these women an incentive to throw away their blue-collar husband or even their white-collar husband if he's not making enough money. And then they just go on welfare because the welfare, they get their welfare package. It's like upwards 50 grand when you add up everything, the Section 8, the welfare, the food stamps. When you add up everything they get on the welfare package, in many states it's upwards $50,000. So, these women will just go on that system because they're never told, honey, you need to lose some weight. Honey, you need to go to the gym, lose some weight. These women on welfare are never told that. They can be 400 pounds on the welfare. Big government, big husband, Uncle Sam, socialist government. He never criticizes the woman when they gain weight. So what a lot of these women do is they're not going to have a boyfriend or husband. They're just going to throw their boyfriend, throw their husband away, and those go on welfare because it's so much more lucrative. And if you think this isn't true, I'm going to show you a little cactus down here, and I'm going to keep talking. If you think what I'm saying isn't true, just go to any working class neighborhood, all right? Just go to any working class neighborhood and you will see just welfare queens everywhere. 3 babies, 2 different daddies, 4 babies, 3 different daddies, 2 babies, 2 different daddies. I mean, you will see these welfare queens everywhere. It is like a plague of single mothers. It is a single mother epidemic, all right? You go to any working class, lower middle class, poor community, which is now like 60-70% of our country, and you just see an epidemic of welfare single mothers. And you think to yourself, why are all these women single? Well, because they were with these guys that were making like 12, 14, 18 bucks an hour, and that wasn't good enough. That wasn't good enough for these princesses. That wasn't good enough for these princesses. So what these princesses did is they broke up with their boyfriend, father of their child. They got divorced from their husband, and eventually, at first they think they're going to marry up. You know what I'm saying? At first they think they're going to marry up. They're going to marry some rich guy. That doesn't work out for them. And then when they fail at that, which they usually do about 99% of the time, they fail at that because most guys do not want a woman with 2 different children by 2 different daddies. Most guys are not interested in that. So what happens is when these women are 19, they're very sexy usually. They're skinny, they're sexy. So all these guys want them. So these women get real arrogant. They think they're princesses. They get real arrogant. And they think they're princesses. And then what happens is they have 1 or 2 children on the not on the welfare. I mean with a guy. They'll have 1 or 2 children with a guy. They'll then get upset because that guy's not making enough money because he's only making like 15, 18 an hour. So they'll get upset because he's not making enough money because she's a princess and, she can do way, way better. And that's what millions and millions of these women think. And then what they do is they basically will throw away that boyfriend, divorce that guy, get rid of him, throw him away because he doesn't make enough money. And then they will think like they thought when they were 19, like they're going to go back on the marketplace and they're going to get this rich guy and it's going to be real easy. But what they don't realize now is they got 1 or 2 or 3 children and they're now a single mother and they're now a part of the single mother epidemic, single mother epidemic. And they're all looking for this, rich guy that makes over 100 grand a year. They're all looking for the same thing. And very few of those men exist, and the men that do exist that make $100,000 a year, the last thing they want, the last thing that guy makes $100,000 a year driving a Corvette or a Cadillac, living in a really nice house. You know what the last thing that guy wants? You know what the last thing that guy wants? Isn't it just an awesome, beautiful day? It's a beautiful day out here. But the last thing that guy that makes $100,000, $200,000 a year, he has 0 children. He's like, say, 35. He has 0 children. He makes $100,000, $200,000 a year. He's doing real good. He's got a beautiful house, a Corvette, a Cadillac. The last thing he wants is a single mother, part of the single mother epidemic with 2 babies by 2 different daddies. That is the last type of woman he wants. There's no way in hell that guy wants that woman. So what happens is these women basically, they have this mentality that they're going to get this rich guy. They don't. They fail. And then eventually they wind up on the welfare, and they just wind up part of the single mother welfare epidemic that we have in this country right now. They just become part of that because they're just not going to get that guy, that Captain Save-A-Ho. You know, Captain Save-A-Ho can't save all the hoes, you know what I'm saying? Captain Save-A-Ho, you know, he just can't save all the hoes. There's just too many. Captain Save-A-Ho can't do it, you know what I'm saying? There's not enough Captain Save-A-Hos to save all the hoes. There's too many hoes and there's too few Captain Save-A-Hos, you know what I'm saying? So these women go on welfare, they go on all the food stamps and all the Section 8, and now we have an epidemic of these single mothers. And, you know, the other thing I want to talk about real quick too, we're already 6 minutes, but I want to talk about this. Another thing we got to do is legalize prostitution. We're gonna make a second video, folks. I'm going to turn it off and we're going to make a second video about that.